Hey guys, I wanted to share a couple things with you guys. They kind of go together with the other videos that I posted. So I'll start by saying this. I talked to one of my friends yesterday. His name's Amato. And I met him whenever I was dancing around the streets carrying a sign that says Christ is King and Christ is coming soon, right? And I met him outside the courthouse. And actually, I don't know anything about technology, but he was having trouble doing this video court conference or whatever. And I know the struggle all too well because I've been in that courthouse many times myself. So he was trying to figure it out. And I remember praying to God and being like, Lord, like, please help this man figure out how to, do this video conference so he can do court. And he asked me for help, and he said he asked the people in there and they know how to do it, and nobody helped him. So I tried my best, and I remember praying like, please God, help us, figure this out. And he got his conference call or whatever. We exchanged numbers, and he actually reached out to me yesterday and said that he's been thinking about me. And you cannot believe the amount of people that have been messaging me this past week and saying, hey, like, I've been thinking about you lately. People from my church, people from everywhere, they're like, hey, I've really, you've been on my mind lately. How are you doing? And I know that these people are praying for me and they're strengthening me. But anyhow, I talked to Amato the other day, and he was like, I figured you were going through some stuff. And he was like, and I just prayed to God that you would hate that stuff. You would hate the dope. And, even after I overdosed this last time, I actually found my dope and I got rid of it. And I got prescribed subs, and I was taking the subs, and they were just making me sick. And every time I would take a sub, they were so disgusting. Like, I couldn't even swallow it. My body wouldn't let me. I would start puking up my meds. And I actually stopped taking them, and I didn't really want to take them in the first place. And I know, talking to him yesterday, that's why I reacted like that. I figured, I'll take this medication. Everybody, doesn't worry about me while I'm on Suboxone. I obviously can't be doing heroin, but the desire is completely gone. I still smoke, and I'm not perfect, but so then that guy Tom, I mentioned him in the White Cross video. I met him at the bar, right? And I reached out to Tom, and he's been on my mind lately. I talked about him the other day, so I reached out to him, and I started talking to him. And what's funny is I said in that video, like, if it be God's will that he will heal my father, right? And I thought about that whenever I met him, and he reached out to me the other day, and he was like, hey, I'm going to be making a trip down to Georgia. And, God has a way of making a way when there is no way, and this guy's a truck driver. And he said that, he would be delighted to meet my father and pray over him and pray with him, and this is somebody that barely knows me, right? The thing that we had in common was that we loved Jesus, and that's how we met. We met in a bar, and this man, out of the kindness of his heart, because he loves Jesus, offered to go, right? Because his route is already down in Georgia, and he said that he was going to request to go down to Miami, because I told him, like, Georgia's a big state, and he lives on the south side of Georgia. It's like the Florida-Georgia line. And I told him, he lives on the south side of Georgia, and he said, while I'm down there, I'm, going to ask them if I can, do a load to Miami or whatever, just to ensure that he's going to meet my father and pray with him. So, like I said before, I've said this many times, I do not believe in coincidences. And, like I said, God makes a way when there is no way. And, it's been months since I've posted videos, and I know it's because the devil has a personal vendetta against me, because if we find out our full potential in Christ, He is terrified for us to figure that out. And somebody actually messaged me and said that to me on TikTok, and I just felt like I had to share it because everything that I've been going through, I just know for a fact that God is with me through the storm. And He just keeps revealing beautiful things in my life, and I know for a fact that my prayers are going to manifest. I see it happening. I see other people's prayers for me manifesting. So, God is so good, man. And, obviously I was really beating myself up because, I backslid, and I was kind of trying to push God away. And, once He has you, dude, you can't push Him away. It's impossible, and I remember this was a couple days ago. I was, praying in my room, and I was apologizing to God for all my inadequacies. And He spoke to my heart, and He was like, Amanda, I'm not worried about your inadequacies. Just let me love you. And I thought to myself, God, I don't know how to let you love me. And I felt this presence, and I started crying, right? Of just Him being like over me, looking at me. And He was like, you're doing it right now. Letting Him love me. Sometimes I get so blinded by the fact that I'm not perfect, I fail to realize that God is there regardless. So that's the difference between religion and believing in Jesus. That's the difference between believing we are saved by works or we're saved by faith. Because for those of you that have been following me, you know I am nowhere near to being a perfect person. Right? But God uses people like us. People that are different. People that are peculiar. Right? And I was actually watching this other sermon today, and it was like, it's okay to, worry about what people think about you. But it's not okay to let that fear of rejection and judgment choose your actions, right? So if I let my fear of people judging me and calling me crazy and making fun of me because I talk about Jesus, if I let that fear take hold of me, right, then the devil's doing his job. Fear is a liar, right? Regardless of what people think about you, you have to know that what God thinks about you is way more important than what other people think about you. Don't let what other people think about you control your actions, right? And I know this all too well because, my family wouldn't admit this, but I know they think I'm a little, you know what I mean? So, imagine telling, your family that doesn't really believe in Jesus that, you had a dream, you prayed to God that night, and, you saw crazy stuff in the clouds, and you knew that Jesus Christ was coming back, and you started praying and singing in tongues in your dream. Right? But I can't let other people's opinions, even if it's my family, even if it's a stranger, even if it's hurtful, I can't let them divert me from my primary purpose, right? It says that we are going to be mocked. It says that people are going to make fun of us. It says that we're not going to fit in. It says that we're going to endure pain. That's part of the process. So, just wanted to remind you guys that God is not counting your sin. And if you feel it deep down in your heart that He chose you, He chose you. And don't believe the lies from the devil, right? I've been believing for too long, that I don't have a right to talk about God. I don't, deserve to have a part of his ministry. I'm broken, I'm messed up, nobody will listen to me. It's all lies, because even if I just touch one person's heart with whatever I'm sharing, then I've given God glory, right? And I've done something for the kingdom of heaven. So even if it's something small, it doesn't matter. You don't have to post videos like this or anything. Just being nice to somebody, just loving each other. It's really all it's about, and encouraging one another. So that's all I have to share for today, and thank you guys so much for listening. God bless.